If you've struggled with your weight for any period of time, at some stage, somebody who probably has never ever been in your shoes has told you the reason that you're fat is because you're lazy, you've got no willpower, and why don't you just go for a run, fatty? Well, that's actually not a legitimate weight loss recommendation at all, okay? And this is why skinny personal trainers and skinny weight loss experts don't know what they're talking about, because they've never been in your shoes. They don't know what it's like to really dedicate yourself, to implement everything, to exercise more, to eat less, to buy the fat pills, to try the shakes. You've tried everything and then you've blamed yourself. You've shouldered the blame because it didn't work long term. But did you know that 95% of people who diet regain that weight within 1 to 5 years? Okay, so doesn't that suggest to you that the approach, the whole diet, is a failure, not the person? But unfortunately, in the diet industry, it's so lucrative and there's so many people pressing your buttons, including society and including skinny people who just don't get it, that unfortunately, overweight people are left shouldering the blame when the diet industry propaganda falls flat on its promises again. So, if that ever happens to you again, I want to arm you with some ammunition about some insight about why fat people are misunderstood and how my hobby farm actually gave me this really great insight into explaining this for you. Okay, first of all, I want to introduce to you Scout the Beagle. Okay, Scout's fat, let's face it. So Scout loves his food, he loves exercising, and he just enjoys himself a little bit too much. When he's there begging at the table, I have to say to him, no dude, you're too fat, you can't have any more. And we do go for a run. Now look, in Scout's situation, it is actually a legitimate plan where we need to take him by the hand. I need to be in control of him because left to his own devices, he would eat all the cat food, all the dog food, and be rolling around till he's sick, okay? So there are fat people. There are people who have weight problems like that who do need to be taken by the hand, who do need to be screamed in the face by commando, and do need to be led that way down the garden path, or they won't do it themselves, okay? Then there's Zion, my miniature horse. Now, Zion's fat, okay? But when it comes to food, he's fat and he's mean, okay? So when I give him his food and I get near him, he turns his butt around and he threatens to kick me right in the guts with his feet if I dare to go near his hobby farm food. Okay, but then not only that, he will go and steal from my miniature goats, steal their food as well, and headbutt them out of the way. So there are some people in life who are fat. It is their fault. It is because they love food, and you know, they're not going to change for anybody. They will kick you in the guts before they will give up on their sedentary, unhealthy lifestyle. But then I've also got my miniature goats, Bebop and Rocksteady. Now these guys, they look fat, but actually they're kind of starving because they always get their food stolen from the horse, and I've always got to keep protecting them. And because of the grass on the coast, it's actually robbed of a lot of nutrients and calcium that what goats need. So I need to supplement them. Okay, so there are people in the world who look fat, but really it's just a symptom of an underlying condition because they're not getting the nutrients that they need and they're actually starving. So it's our responsibility as weight loss trainers, as coaches, as skinny people who are trying to understand where they're coming from, figure out what is actually the underlying condition that is making them look fat, and you know, how we can help them solve that. Okay, now then there's my little puppy, Cuba. Now she's a 2-year-old Hungarian Vizsla. And recently she's been starting to put on a bit of weight. She's been acting hungry, really ravenous around the food. And it's no coincidence that it's happened because I've got a new little puppy dog called Boss. And she's basically, well, the breed is a Velcro dog. So she loves being close to me. Now, she's feeling a little bit on the outer. She wants to be my center of attention. She's feeling a little bit unloved, a little bit underappreciated, a little bit overwhelmed. And she's eating her feelings. Now, how many of us have been guilty of that, of eating our feelings? Now, if I were to tell Cuba, you're fat, you're lazy, go for a run, she loves running. She'll run all day. But the problem is her emotions. The problem is she's feeling left out. The problem, if I need to be able to create that position for her that she still feels valued, and I have to keep her away from the chocolate. And we all know that there are situations in our lives where we might be Scout, or we might be Zahn, or we might even be Cuba at any different stages of our weight loss struggle. And then there's Rogue. Now, Rogue is a cat that I adopted from the pound. Now, Rogue, he's got the right idea. So he does short, sharp bursts of energy throughout the day, and then he sleeps the rest of it. He eats, grazes throughout the day from his little cat bowl, and he only eats the finest of food. So he's very particular. So he's actually probably got the best balance of his weight out of all of them, except for the puppy. The puppy is growing at a rapid rate, and that's pretty much because he eats everything in sight, and he also eats the cat poo. So I've been told that it's a very high protein treat for them. So I hope that has shed some light for you that there are different types of fat people. There are different types of overweight people with different problems and different needs, and not all of it can be solved with saying, hey fatty, go for a run. I've also thought of one more analogy. Now, our chooks, they will eat anything. I can throw them scraps, table scraps. I can give them, moldy old seed. I can give them Turkish bread. Whatever it is, they don't discern it. They will eat it and they will lap it up. And they always pay me in beautiful, free-range, bright yellow eggs that are just delicious. Now, this to me seems like the best analogy to the diet industry and all the propaganda and the BS that they feed us. And we just eat it all up, and we keep paying them. But we pay them with not only our money, but with our heart and our soul and our sanity. But if you want to know more, if you want to cut the ties that the diet industry has over you, if you want to go shove it in those skinny people's faces saying, hey, listen, it's just that you didn't know what you were talking about, and look at me now, I'm going to be blowing the lid on all the BS propaganda that the diet and fitness and weight loss industry have fed us and manipulated us to eat and listen to since we were born. Okay, so I've got an event coming up. You can find out about it at bionicafit.com/events. It's called How to Be Successful and Slim. So I want to show you how you don't have to sacrifice your body if you're a high-flying businesswoman, career woman. You can still have the body of your dreams, still have the business of your dreams, and you can still enjoy good food and plenty of it, and you don't have to diet, you don't have to starve yourself, you don't have to buy any whiz-bang you-beaut gizmos from the circus wheel that keeps churning them out for us. I know how to help you. I've been in your shoes. It's not your fault. We can do this together.